And we're live. Welcome to another scene in Chaos in London. This is just going to be a social scene with Adib, Adam, Jasmine the werewolf, and Saya Luna. Which I hope I'm saying that right. I apologize. That is Paige's character. The scene will take place at the crossroads because that's the only common ground most of us have. Scene will open with Adib currently sitting next to Adam, and he's gesticulating somewhat wildly, like he's been telling a story, and pretty much ends with, "And then we killed it and teleported away."
For those of you just coming into the place, Adam's face is exactly as you see in the picture. So, someone else go.
Yep, other people can intro now.
We'll let Paige go first.
Okay. Yes, you. Yes, you must join.
Join us.
One of us.
One of us. One of us.
It's okay. It's just a regular club. Wait, are you unable to play, or? And for those who are listening, we are currently looking inside chat. Okay, it's no big deal. Your character's just literally able to show up here and. Oh, okay. Nick, go first. Nick, go first.
That's fine. Okay. A couple minutes later, Jasmine will walk in, jeans, and I don't know, and Best Soul Eater T-shirt. She walks over, sits down next to Deeb. Hi.
Hello.
She's aside from Adib, she's going to see a man who looks like his blonde hair is very much going to gray or even white. And he seems to have just stepped straight out of the Old West with clothes that would be very familiar to someone working a cattle ranch in Texas.
All right. Jasmine is an albino. She has pink eyes, a slight pink tinge to her skin, long white hair that goes down to the middle of her thighs, and she's 5'8", has a little bit of muscle, not too much. She's very chipper.
And to answer your question, it is open. However, if you're accompanied by an adult in certain situations, if you drop to 600,
You're breaking up.
That is 18. That's what it boils down to. Unaccompanied people, 18.
Yes, and for tea, you must be 21 to drink. This is London, after all.
Oh, appearance for Jasmine.
I think mine says appearance too, right?
Yeah. I will be having a pick drawn.
Wait, why do I have appearance 3? Am I actually appearance 3, or is that outdated? Holy balls. No, I do have appearance 3. Ha!
Saya is at the bar. She threw up her hand and she ordered a tequila sunrise.
Knowing what I know about the bartender, he has absolutely no trouble making it, and it's probably the best one you've ever had.
I mean, it has tequila in it. It's the best thing ever.
Yep. So Adib's just kind of looking around. Sorry. Go ahead.
Let me get this straight. You take some of your homeless friends, teleport them to Gaza, fight a snake, lose one of them in the process, teleport back with the snake in tow. Am I getting all of that right so far?
I think the name is Giza, not Gaza. But yes.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And then Jasmine here killed it.
Yep. Rip its face off.
Literally.
Well,
ripped its-
nice to meet you, Jasmine.
Nice to meet
Name's
you, too.
Adam.
She offers her hand.
He takes it and shakes it. Firm handshake.
Same. So, did we ever find out what the snake was?
No, and I have not asked Ahmad, my Jean, to see if he has the body available. I can't really afford to ask him much right now. I mean, I suppose I might later, but I'm not that concerned about it, to be honest. As long as it is dead, which he assured me it was, so. But yes, that is how it went. And then everyone fled screaming, except for one of my people, Peter, who attempted to
Sob
Tried.
me to death.
he tried to punch Jasmine when
And,
she was in her wolf form, and it was not very effective. And then when she transformed back, he fainted, and then the next morning he left, and I have not seen him since. I did not wish to force him to stay.
Does he remember anything?
He did not talk. He just left.
Oh,
He would not answer me. So, I don't know.
you should find out.
I don't really have the capacity to track down any of the people that I was working with, and I'm not even sure if I should right now.
No, probably
I
not.
would.
The girl-
I will likely check on them at some point once I have the ability to do so.
The girl in the hospital? Any idea?
No idea, but I am certain that she is most likely. If she has died, it is not because of her injuries. That much I can virtually guarantee.
What would have killed her? Well, unless the snake thing came back.
Very unlikely.
Zaya kind of like moseys around y'all, but not close enough to like try to interject to anything. She's just trying to eavesdrop because she's nosy as fuck.
How did
Adam turns his head very slightly so he can keep her in his peripheral vision.
Adib's going to look over at Sai and be like, I don't believe we got introduced the other night when that bicycle attacked us.
Saya just like she looks kind of like flustered because she wasn't ready to like talk to nobody, but she's like, yeah, crazy bicycles attacking weirdness. Yeah.
How'd that go?
I guess as well as it could be. No more attacking a bicycle and no more gunmen.
What happened to the gunman?
You could say he's crispy now.
Ew.
Yes.
I mean, he's dead one way or another.
No worse, I suppose, than some vengeful spirits out to try and kill people in broad daylight.
It was a very powerful looking spirit.
That and the gun itself, as you call it, apparently had something to do magically. It was not normal. It had energies about it. I did not get a chance to examine it before it was taken.
I wanted to see what the Umbra looked like with the spirit. It looked, it's pretty horrifying looking. Don't know a lot about spirits, though. You should sit down with us. You can sit. Pats the seat next door. I don't bite.
That's what they all say. She says she scoots into the seat. She like says it trying to joke, but it definitely didn't come off that way. And she just sits there just drinking the tequila sunrise, like not sipping.
Jasmine will give her a smile and look too deep. So you didn't follow up on anything with that?
With what?
With the super bike
No, I left.
and the wraith or ghost or whatever that was?
Ghost?
The spirit that disappeared?
Huh?
Remember he was... No?
What? Spirit? What?
The poem? Remember the...
Oh, the old guy.
Yeah, he disappeared.
I don't think that was a ghost. He seemed flesh and blood.
But he vanished.
There are many people who seem to have that power around here.
I've only met...
Hell, I could teach someone to have that power now. I couldn't do it myself, but...
I'm interested.
I don't know if it would work for you. But, I mean, I could try.
I don't know either.
He's actually going to put on his prime ring, and he just, like, checks it against himself, checks Adam. Like, okay, yeah. He's got Aura Sight on also. It's like, okay, that's what a mage looks like. That's what I look like. Looks for the familiar sparks in the werewolf, and he's like, I do not see the... I don't believe you would be able to do so. And then he looks over at Saya, who, by the way, did she introduce herself when he asked, or?
Nope.
Okay. He's going to look at her and be like, name?
She looks at him, but it looks like she's like kind of looking past him. She's like, and she kind of does like a weird little salute, like, Saya Luna, at your service.
You have a very strange aura. I've only seen one other like that here so far in the city. You might have the ability to learn. You are not like us, but you are not like most mortals.
She nods, not quite sure how to respond to that. She's like,
I mean, I just want to teach someone. I went to some trouble to acquire this information. I'd be very sad if I didn't get to use it.
I would be willing to learn.
I can try. I don't really care if you want to try. It's just I don't think it's likely to have any benefit. At least you learn a little bit about it.
That's true. Where's Sophia?
I've not seen her since the other night. Oh, so I finished the... I did a little research after watching those Star Wars movies you suggested.
Weren't they amazing?
They were very different. I know that the second three that came out were prequels to the first. I understand this. It was explained to me, but it is very odd to start a story and then go back and watch the earlier part of the story. It seems very backwards.
I think he said the technology wasn't there yet for what he wanted to do.
Maybe. But in any case, it was interesting. But, I have some ideas, but I don't believe I can act on them just yet. It will take some time.
Ideas from watching Star Wars?
Yes?
Such as?
Well, those weapons they used seemed very flamboyant, but interesting.
Blasters?
No, that is much more like your guns. No, the sabers.
Lightsabers?
Yes.
That's your idea?
I might be able to make one at some point. I don't think I have a chance of doing it now. I might even be able to teach someone to make something like that. But again, I could not use that myself. It was made clear to me that those abilities do not work for me. I have the knowledge, but not the ability to do it myself.
She'll look at Saya.
I'm always down for learning things.
Well, I was given some information. I don't. I can always try teaching it to you. I'm going to have to learn more to translate it. It's a little confusing at times. I believe there are 3 arts that I can teach you. Healing, which should be somewhat straightforward. The power of traveling, and what was the other one? Ah, yes, the ability to make magical items. But I understand them when I think about them, but I'm not sure as to all the details. Still, can't hurt. Also, I did like that bit where he kept where those people kept firing lightning from their hands. That was very amusing.
You know those are supposed to be the bad guys, right?
He shrugs. Still very neat.
I mean, I guess people like what they like.
They were jumping around doing that. That little green one. What was his name? Yoda?
Mm-hmm.
When he was fighting the one guy. What was his name?
Dooku.
No, that too. But also when he fought...
Palpatine.
Yes, that was his name. Very charismatic fellow. Very, very sneaky, though.
Very gross looking.
Well, he didn't look so bad before it.
He's the smartest man in the universe full of idiots.
I mean, that seems a bit harsh. But...
That people should have seen that coming a mile away.
From the little research I read, it seems to be more... You gotta go, Ben?
Nope.
From the little research I did, it seemed like that was more to do with... Do you remember in the first movie? Because I had to rewatch parts of it. In the first movie... when I say first, I mean... No, episode 1. I apologize. They talk about how their visions of the future are clouded. I think, or maybe it was 2. I don't remember. But I remember Yoda was talking about how they cannot see the future, and that their vision is clouded or something. Perhaps this was some sort of ability that the Sith were using to blind them?
I mean, I think they mentioned that, but it was, for me, it just... like, he was clearly not on the up and up.
Neither are most people who deal with politics, as I understand it. At least not from a little I remember. They probably simply thought he was a normal politician.
Yeah.
I kept hoping they would kill that one with the flappy ears.
Jar Jar?
Yes.
That's my favorite one.
Why would you like that thing? It's annoying.
Your mom's annoying. Best to fuck her.
I don't remember my mother, thank you.
I'm sorry, I get very defensive. She kind of raised her hands up and orders another tequila sunrise.
It got dirty quick.
I don't remember my mother, but moving on. In any case, you've been awfully quiet, Adam.
Wait, so you'd have sex with Jar Jar?
Totally.
That just seems odd, but I mean, everyone to their own, I suppose.
Like, imagine what that tongue can do.
I just thought about it, and now I can't unthink.
I mean, I can understand that at least, but let us not discuss that at present. Adam, are you still with us? Ben may have had to step away.
Go see. Adam's knocked out. He's having visions of El Dorado and John Wayne trying to shoot him.
Oh. Anyways. There was I don't know. I did see that the Jedi, they seemed like, I understand they're supposed to be the heroes of this story, but they seem very their laws are so strict that in many situations they cannot aid people.
Oh, see, we have Nathan.
Hey, Nathan. Just to catch you up, we are currently in the crossroads. You've got Adib, you've got Paige's sorcerer, you've got Nicholas's werewolf, Jasmine, and Ben is playing Adam. Ben currently stepped away. So
okay, guys, I'll be to like 2 minutes now. Come in.
Okay.
Thanks.
But no, the Jedi, they seem to be more. Their rules prevented them from helping in many situations. They were unprepared for the rigors of war. Though they did eventually step up to the plate, they were, as you said, very complacent.
Yeah, and
they never stopped to ask where that army came from. And that bothered me. If an army showed up to save me, I would want to know who sent it.
I think the one Jedi, Master Sifo-Dyas, was the one who purchased it or had it made.
No, because he had been dead. They said
he was, but he did it like 15 years ago because he had a vision.
But according to what I have read, I believe it was Palpatine who arranged for the army's creation.
I think he either tricked him into doing it or did something with a vision for him.
But either way, it should have merited more investigation.
It should have. I mean, to me, that was the council is kind of stupid. Because why wouldn't you want your Jedi having children?
That also, since it seems to have some amount of genetic predisposition. Welcome back, Ben.
Thanks.
So, kind of looking over at Ben and looking over at Adam and just being like, "Are you still with us?"
Don't worry about it.
We discussed Jar Jar Tongue. We discussed.
Let us not ever discuss that again.
I think Jar Jar is like the best Sith that you don't know is a Sith.
Oh no, not that.
I totally believe it.
No.
How is that thing a Sith?
Oh, you need to watch Robot Chicken.
I mean, you really just need to see it. I'm like, he can like still float and do all certain things. He's blocked bullets. He's totally a Sith in disguise. He's just winning you over with his quirkiness.
That does make sense. What happened?
I mean, if you're going to be the bad guy, what's the best way to get to somebody? Make them think you're your friend and ally.
There's logic to that, I suppose, though it is very sneaky.
Adam just smiles.
In any case. No, I understand that the Sith were very violent, and I do not approve of their willingness to simply slaughter innocents or hold them hostage. I do not like that. But fighting with passion, I can respect. Trying to fight with utter dispassion, that is what can make... either has the potential to make you into a monster for different reasons. But if I had to choose between fighting with my heart or fighting with my brain, I would usually choose to fight with my heart.
Well, it's not just passion; it's fear, hate, fear-mongering, hate-mongering.
But that is the error. The Jedi say that if there's any emotion, it will lead to those things, and yet that is foolishness.
I think
emotion is an integral part of the human experience.
I think it's more that they wanted you to master and control the emotions.
But that does not seem to measure up to how they acted, though.
No, well, that's because they sucked.
So you're saying it is not their doctrine, but the individuals themselves who were in charge who fucked things up, to use your terminology.
Yeah. I I believe that council was probably one of the worst Jedi councils they've had in that universe.
Perhaps.
Well, you
It
need
did
to
lead
see
to the destruction of the Jedi, so
you need to see the Clone Wars series now, and then you can understand more.
a series
Yeah, they have an animated show.
animated.
It takes place after episode 1 and episode 2. It takes place between 2 and 3. It fills a lot of stuff in. It also made me hate Yoda and Mace.
I suppose I will try and get a hold of it. How long will it take?
I think it's like 4 seasons, and they're thinking about bringing it back now to finish it.
I'm sorry, seasons? It will take me a year?
No, it's like 25-minute episodes or so.
25 minutes, that is half of an hour almost, yes?
Yes.
And how many episodes per season?
Looking up my phone. Okay, so it is 121. But you can skip the last season because it's garbage.
That is...
You don't skip seasons because they're bad. That's how you find out more bits of the story.
He's trying to do some math in his head. He's trying to do some math in his head. He's like, that's 20 movies.
It won't take long.
It would take me 20 movies.
You'll be fine.
Movies.
Just watch a couple a day.
I will look, but I don't, right now I don't have a...
And then you need to watch Rebels.
I do not wish to watch the newer movies.
No, it's another show. It takes place between 3 and 4.
I was told that the newer movies add nothing to this. They are... It progresses the story, but it does little discussing of the Sith themselves, or the Jedi.
The first one's a rehash of New Hope. Last Jedi was pretty crap.
There seems to be some discussion about that, but yes.
Good morning. I'm so happy. So, Clone Wars. I can look into getting all of that for you. And then Rebels.
I will see what I can do, but I do not...
Darth Maul MVP.
Yes, Darth Maul seemed to have a very understated role. He was very talented.
He does so much more in Clone Wars.
I'm sorry, I thought he was dead.
He lives.
But he's not in the other movies.
He's not.
How did he survive being cut in half?
Hate.
That's a lot of hate.
He has a lot of hate.
Damn, if I had that much hate, that'd be pretty bad.
He has a lot of hate. Now you need to watch it because you need to see him. Oh, see, I just imagine everyone having like a text conversation about Adib measuring things in movies while Adib's sitting right there.
Like, also, on the topic of hate, that's a lot of hate.
It is. Sonic.
Anyways.
So, we've established that. Saya, have you seen Clone Wars? Poke Saya's forehead.
A Paige may have stepped away for a
Muted.
second.
Okay. Saya just like looks around a little flustered. Oh, I'm guessing that my drinks are getting to me. I'm sorry, what did you say?
Have you seen the Clone Wars series?
No. I haven't at all.
Okay, so that needs to be fixed too. But I wanted to ask questions. I have questions.
I see why this series is. I see why you said. I see why Sophia told me this series was very important. If people are so adamant about other people watching it.
Well, anything with the fandom is important. Like, I think I like Lord of the Rings more, but I'm not sure. I tend to like the magic stuff. So on that topic,
I liked the magical rings in that one.
which ones?
All of them. They were not very specific about what they could do, but they made it very clear they were powerful.
They basically did nothing with the dwarf rings that I know of. I think they did stuff in the Silmarillion.
I should probably try and research to see what those rings were supposed to do. Perhaps I can make a replica at some point.
Why would you want to?
I make magical rings.
Fair. Okay. So I have questions. So never Jasmine wave enthusiastically.
Remember, we're recording, so it's probably best if you actually say that.
That was to Nathan. Nathan!
So, Sophia wanders into the crossroads, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yep, looks around. I guess notices this pattern of people, which at least two she recognises, if not three.
You've met Adam, Adib, and I don't know if you've met Jasmine.
Yeah.
Oh, you did, because you were present for the snake scene.
She's on
Yeah, okay. Wanders and nods to Deep, heads over to the bath to order some red wine, then we'll drift over to your table afterwards. Okay, OC, what does Sorcerer's Auras look like?
They look like mortals, except they have flashes. Like, mages have lots of sparkles.
Right.
Sorcerers have, like, occasional flashes of sparkles. It's literally less magey mages.
Okay, right.
We don't sparkle. Sorcerers don't sparkle as much.
Sure, that's fine. Okay, and I've met Adam, haven't I?
Yep.
On the wall counts or something else. Yeah, okay.
So I have questions. All right, have you seen the Excalibur movie?
Who's she asking?
Adib. Or anyone present.
I have only seen the ones that I watched at your place.
Okay, so we're fixing that too. So on that topic, is Merlin real?
Who?
Merlin.
Who is
Never
Merlin?
met the man myself.
So does that mean he's real? He's a wizard.
I don't know anything about a Merlin.
You look to Sophia.
Oh, hello there.
Hi. Merlin, is he real?
What makes you think I know?
You're a mage.
So is Clifford the big red dog real? I mean, you're a werewolf. You should know.
He is not.
Well,
Fun fact, he has been in at least one scene in Chaos in London.
I do not know that, so...
Sophia does, like, obviously has a facial reaction to that question. I suppose it depends on what you mean by real.
Did he exist?
Oh, we met him.
Huh?
Not sure that means
Wait.
he, but we have
Wait.
met.
You met this dog or you met Merlin?
The big red dog.
You what?
I dressed up at the Big Red Dog for a school thing.
What? Okay, wait. Look to Sophia. What kind of school thing and why?
I was selling books for a book fair, and little kids love Clifford.
Okay. I was just curious if that was going in any weird directions, but I'm going to look over here now.
To the person who
Not
says they met
furry.
Clifford.
Huh?
I think she said, I'm not a furry.
Oh, that's. I wouldn't judge if you were.
You have fur. Why would you judge her for having fur?
You don't have fur currently, and that's not what that means.
I don't understand you people.
Sophia, do you want to
sometimes.
explain what a furry is to her? Him? Deep?
For the love of God, OC, can no one do that?
I was going to be the best.
This scene has to go on YouTube, guys.
I mean, there's a clean way to describe it.
Fine. Watch your asses.
Like, Adib, you know how in some shamanic cultures, shaman like to dress up in the skins of beasts and assume the persona of an animal?
That sounds vaguely familiar. There might have been things like that where I come from.
A bit like that.
Okay, you thought she was a shaman?
The only difference is it's usually just a sexual fetish.
No, it's not just that. It's more to it. It's a spiritual connection to said animal that you feel that was either you in a past life or you currently, but you were in the wrong body. But I'm not a furry.
That you seem awfully educated,
Yes,
but
you seem
okay.
rather knowledgeable on it, and I question the spiritual connection.
I that sounds like shamanism. I will not judge other people's practices.
Anyway, so you saw Clifford the Big Red Dog?
Yes.
Like in a book?
No, in do you remember a month or two ago when the north of London was covered by the myths of fair folk?
Uh-huh.
I wish I'd gone to that now.
Well,
I'll have to
what
ask my wife about it.
counted in those myths was this big red dog.
There was actually Clifford?
Well, I think so. I mean, how does one tell?
And now I'm going to have nightmares.
Well, generally, Clifford's over 20 feet tall, so there you go.
Yes, he's as big as a building.
That's just horrifying.
So there was a giant dog running around the city?
I mean, people loved him.
Damn, that's
He was the runtiest runts. He was smaller than like a kid's shoe at one point when he was a puppy.
And then he grew to be larger than a house?
Yes, because of all the love.
That seems very unlikely.
Darth Maul
I mean,
had a
if
lot of
someone
hate.
can be split in half and survive because
Because of
of so
hate.
much hate, why can't someone grow because of love?
I mean, that's actually a good argument.
I think someone needs to introduce our friend Adib to the magic that is Care Bears.
Why?
No, My Little Pony, because friendship is magic.
It is magic.
Well, there you go, then.
Okay, we can do that.
I as long as it doesn't take too long. I still have research I would like to do, but are there any other cultural classics?
Have you seen all those films, Adib?
We watched them.
All of them? Oh, okay, that was taking a while.
Well, the Lord of the Rings took a little while. I did not watch The Hobbit.
Yeah.
Only the first three, the first trilogy, and then I watched the first trilogy of Star Wars, and then the second trilogy of Star Wars, and OC. I can't remember what the other ones were, but he would have had time to watch them because I think weren't they standalone movies?
Yes, there was.
And there was a.
There was Robin
Macbeth,
Hood,
I think.
and
I'll say he watched that, even though I still OC have not seen it.
Which one?
It's the 1991 version, I think.
yes,
Not Prince of Thieves.
the one titled Robin Hood. And
Piss off, Mel Brooks!
No, not Men in Tights. Adib would probably find that very strange.
Didn't age well.
the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yes, you would have watched that probably yesterday.
You know, I've got a movie recommendation for you. It'll help explain so much of this world to you.
What?
Look up the movie Heavy Metal.
Sayo orders like 2 more tequila sunrises. Anyone want anything? My treat.
Whiskey sour?
Something
That
with
sounds good. I'll take advantage of that if you don't mind.
something with caffeine in it. I like it as a rare treat.
Caffeine.
Or Loco?
I mean,
Why don't you get him a Jaeger bomb?
I was just about to, I'm like, how about he tried my tequila sunrise? It has orange juice in it, and it's technically natural caffeine-ish, and grenadine.
I do not wish. I do not wish any alcohol. I've heard Jaeger is alcohol. I do not wish any alcohol at present. I would like to keep clear-headed.
I guess.
Well, then just
do
make
sell,
sure
do
he
they
gets
sell
a Red
coffee
Bull.
here?
Wait, sorry, two people were talking.
You go, Paige.
I'm like, do they sell coffee here?
Yes.
Yes, they do. I've seen they have Turkish coffee, I believe they called it, but that is not as sweet.
I got just the solution. And then he goes up and goes to the bar. After a minute, he comes back with a silver and blue can that he places in front of Adib and sits back down.
Jasmine kind of wrinkles her face a little.
I'm like, wait. And she, Sire scurries off.
He's trying to figure out how to...
And comes
trying to
back with a much larger can with an M on it.
But
But it's a blue M.
He's trying to figure out how to open the first one.
Pull on the tab forward.
Same with
You
that.
may have to like show him, but he'll figure it out eventually.
Yeah. Adam will just open the can for him.
Tastes like butt.
Yeah, he's gonna like wrinkle up his nose at like that tastes awful.
This one tastes much better. She opens it and then like slides it to him. Her
What are
eye-
they called?
Mm.
He said he looked at
This
Adam.
one's Red Bull.
And this one's Monster.
I'm
Adam just
drinking
holds
animals now.
Adam just holds up a hand with all 5 fingers splayed. And he's watching Adib.
Adib has only had one gulp of the Red Bull. Now he's trying a gulp of the Monster. He's like, it does taste better.
And Adam's hand starts going with the thumb curling in. Then the pinky. Then the ring finger. Then the middle finger. And then the index finger.
There's a vibrating noise.
What's happening?
No, there's not really a vibrating noise, but dear God, he's just gonna be like, "Oh, that's a lot of caffeine. I can feel that. I feel that. I can taste that."
I know, isn't it glorious?
I'm a little worried.
Gonna suck when you crash.
Now you don't crash, that's why you keep drinking it. You drink it till you die.
I don't wish to die, but I mean,
Yeah, Steve, you should go steady with that if you've not had much caffeine before.
I've had a couple sodas.
Yeah, it's not quite the same.
Remember Jolt? Jolt.
This isn't nothing. Try having 6 Monsters, 3 Red Bulls, and 2 coffees.
Why do you hate your liver and your heart?
He looks at Sophia and goes, "What would happen if I tried all of those?"
You die?
No, you wouldn't. You just have to make sure you're still moving. You don't move, maybe your heart will hurt, maybe you'll have a heart attack, but if you keep moving, you'll be fine. Trust me. I've done it several times.
Now all we need to do is order some Krispy Kreme donuts and see what happens.
Donuts.
What are donuts?
You've never had a donut?
I mean, I've had cupcakes. It sounds like I've heard about them referred to as sweets.
It's a cake,
cake
in the
with
shape
a hole?
of cake in the shape of an O.
But
Seems
it also
odd.
fits in your hand. It's not huge.
Ah, so like a small cake, like a cupcake.
Yes, but with a hole in the center.
I'll have to try one sometime.
So, I must say the thing, or has it had just been hours of film discussion going on here?
Pretty much.
Right.
I can recap what we've discussed if you want.
If it's
Please
important.
don't.
Which films have you discussed?
Star Wars, a little bit of Lord of the Rings. Star Wars.
A little bit more Lord of the Rings.
Mostly Star Wars.
Mostly Star Wars.
They're telling me I should watch this series, the Clone Wars, same
Yes.
name as the other movie.
That was Attack of the Clones.
It would take. They said it would take something like, what was it? 60 or 120 hours or something. That's a lot. I do not think I wish to spend that much time watching.
121 episodes and
Saya,
25 minutes.
Saya waves her hand. Trust me. The difference between movies and episodes, they leave it at the end where you want to watch the next episode, and out of nowhere you'll realize you spent a whole day watching a show, and you're like, where did this time go? Oh, well, I had a great time.
I have many things I need to do, though. I cannot spend all day watching these things.
Well, just watch 2-3 a day.
Plus, there are all these other series you have suggested. This Care Bears.
Nah, no, I don't
My
endorse
Little
Care Bears.
Pony.
I endorse My Little Pony.
Yes, My Little Pony. Friendship is Magic. But the new one, not the 80s one.
Ugh.
Stick to adult movies so as not to waste poor Deep's time.
Excuse me. They teach you valuable lessons in that.
They do.
Good life lessons that everybody should know.
And it's hilarious.
It is.
I believe the original point here, Deep, was it not want to understand the stories that which are core to modern culture, so you could understand them and find symbols that people could relate to that have power.
Yes, and I think I found some.
Right, well that's good.
He wants to make rings, like the ones in Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
that is one thing, yes.
And a lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
I am fairly certain that if I understand that correctly, I could make something like it. I can already make a weapon that is far more dangerous than normal, but that is not the same. That is something very different. I also liked. I liked the, and he makes like the motion as if he's casting Force Lightning.
You like Palpatine?
Yeah, I am not. I am. He, as I said, he is very clever but very sneaky, and I'm not sure I like all of his decisions. He's very brutal, ruthless, more so than he needed to be. Even if you assume that he was in the right, which I am not entirely convinced he was, I don't believe that he made justified decisions. Then again, apparently he belonged to a group of people that were almost wiped out by the Jedi, so he may have thought that was his only option. Though, given they live in a large place, this galaxy they speak of, with all these places to live, all these different worlds, surely there had to be a space where he could have gone to live and teach his ways.
Probably. That's not what he wanted. He wanted to control.
And to apparently get revenge.
And that.
It's entirely different.
I was thinking about this, Deep, because I know we discussed this. You took some film suggestions. And I was thinking, what films did I miss out from the last discussion? And I realised there was a very obvious film which I think does relate a lot to what you talk about. If presented with the elements of technology instead. Have you heard of The Matrix?
I've heard the name a few times.
Would someone else like to explain? I heard a sigh.
Perhaps you could show me a trailer. While you discuss it, perhaps someone could show me a trailer, as you put it?
Yeah, pulls up trailer on phone. There we are.
I'm going to actually watch it while you guys are talking.
I think Dark City is the better option.
That's certainly worth watching. But so as you see, it's also about the idea that the world we know is a lie, and that it's important to wake up and see through it, and that gives one the power to change the world and free others.
This trailer is very slow.
Well, the film's definitely not slow.
Oh.
What film?
Matrix.
The original Matrix movie.
That is good.
And I think that relates a lot to, the struggle for truth against lie that you speak of.
If you're gonna go for that sort of philosophy, you might as well watch Ghost in the Shell while you're at it.
See, I can't offer you any movies. I'm a very big horror buff, and none of those have good stories in the sense of what you're looking for.
Oh, I don't know. You could always watch, say, Event Horizon with him.
True, but a lot of them just doesn't have the message or the meaning behind them as much. At most, it will teach you to not trust hillbillies in their turf. Or anybody, for that matter.
Ooh, now that was good. Points to the part where they make all the guns.
Bless you.
Trying to think. Still think you should see Excalibur. It's really good. It's a little dated.
Zaya claps her hands together. I know it's not a movie, but in light of things that you are interested in, maybe you should watch Maggie. It's a TV show, kind of like the Clone Wars.
Maggie?
Really good. Mm-hmm. It has, like, enchanted objects in it.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Oh, it's really good. A lot of action scenes, but a lot of character development.
The one from 1981 or 1998?
The one... it is like Maggie, the Labyrinth of Magic.
Looks it up.
It was...
Oh, Maggie. Okay, I was thinking something else.
You said there was a trilogy of these movies?
Yes, the last two suck.
Again, don't skip things because it's just not up to your taste. They all hold something valuable in them.
What does the third movie hold valuable?
I mean, you can see how it actually freaking ends.
But it's...
There's a conclusion, at least.
Wait. So the police are the bad guys in this?
Kind of.
They are being portrayed as villains.
They're not the police?
Yeah. You really need to watch it to fully understand. Without any spoilers.
I suppose I have nothing better to do tomorrow.
They don't want people waking up.
Ah, now that I can understand. That seems to be most of you people.
I don't have a problem with people waking up.
Well, not you.
Well, you got to understand that awakening in this world tends to be a very traumatic experience, and sometimes it can be downright dangerous.
Like when you have a giant snake attacking people, yes.
And sometimes people have been known to spontaneously explode, taking out an entire city block when they awaken.
I mean, I'm sure there are things you could do to prevent that.
just kind of watches the deep.
Fortunately, you do not need to be awakened, as it were, to practice what I have to teach necessarily.
I guess lucky me-ish.
In a way.
Yeah, crush.
He's finished watching the other Matrix trailers, and he's just like, it seems very strange.
You know, there's one other movie I can think of off the top of my head you might enjoy. An old 80s flick. Big Trouble in Little China.
There you go.
Thank you, Ben.
That is basically our experience in a nutshell.
Let me look up this one. He starts clumsily typing it in. Who gave him the phone to look at, by the way?
Jasmine.
Okay. He's looking. I'm watching that one now. So.
Unfortunately, the kind of movies I like are generally out of style right now. Otherwise, I might recommend one or two of them just on their merits alone.
This man seems very ineffectual.
Which man?
This Jack Burton.
Oh, he's just a man trying to get by in the world, Deep.
This seems funny.
It's one of the best movies ever. One of the best.
He doesn't even know how to fire one of your guns. And he seems to rely on that.
Well, because the gun is the great equalizer, Deep.
How so?
Well, for example, you have a 5-foot-tall woman trying to fight a 6-foot man who goes to the gym. She's likely not going to do well. She can pull a snub-nosed .38 and shoot him without much training and have a better chance of living.
As long as she knows how to use it, as opposed to this Jack Burton.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, his is a lot easier to use than that would be.
Mm-hmm.
He just got excited.
That right there is known as American comedy.
It's hilarious.
If you want a really good idea of American culture, though, I'd have to recommend most of the Western movies. Tombstone in particular.
Ugh. I mean, not to the movie, but Westerns.
Ain't nothing wrong with westerns, especially the old ones with Randolph Scott in them.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but I wouldn't say that's how it is today. It's not a great representation of today.
It's not, well, unless you're in Texas. Then it's damn near perfect.
When one grows up away from Texas, but more in the Midwestern side, it's vastly different.
Yeah, but you still get a good idea of where American culture came from, especially leading up to the 20th century.
Saya just shrugs. To each their own, I guess.
Adib, was there any more follow-up on the last time we met? Not the movie night discussion, the other one.
Huh?
Was there any more fallout from that incident?
I have not heard anything.
When are we going back to Egypt, by the way?
I don't plan on taking that trip again anytime soon, at least not that way. I heard one of the doors here takes us to the Middle East. I might go that way.
Well, because I figure we can find out where the snake came from and go kill it.
Why? Do you want to fight more of them?
No, but like to end the threat. I mean, what if some other mage just randomly appears there and it's eaten by a snake?
From what I understand, most other mages, and he uses air quotes for that. No, sorry, he doesn't. He doesn't understand air quotes yet. Most other mages don't do things like that.
Huh.
They would prefer to stay at home, and I don't know.
She lives in Sophia.
Does make you curious what's going on in the Great Pyramid of Giza, but
Man.
was that a cat meow? Quite. I think that rather makes my point for me. I mean, I fully get where you want to go and deal with the problem, but if it's minding its own business in Giza,
That's true.
and if we're not, it's not like I'm sure we've got a fully capable group able to go and storm whatever nightmarish horrors are there.
I think the three of us can handle it.
Given everything that's going on in North Africa and the Middle East, I think nightmarish horrors from another dimension are the least of your concerns.
Okay, that's fair.
This was as a Giza. It wasn't actually the Middle East as such.
That is why I included the Northern African side of the continent.
Oh yeah, quite right. I just want to clarify for Deeb. I'm not sure he's got the same grasp for geography.
Even if Egypt ain't the hot spot that it was a few years ago, Libya ain't that far away, and there's always something going on there. I'd just rather you not gain the attention of something like the IRA or anything like that.
Huh?
We'll see.
What?
The IRA, it's a terrorist group that operates here in the UK.
Oh, yes.
Mostly in Ireland.
We are not in Ireland.
That doesn't matter much to them. And they have a lot of training bases out in Libya.
I don't understand the relevance of this, but okay.
Like I said, Libya is right next door to Egypt. Not too far from Gaza, as a matter of fact.
You mean Giza?
You say it your way, I'll say it mine.
No, they're different places. Giza, where the pyramids are.
Adam just sort of smiles. Sorry, it's easier to speak with an American accent than a Russian one. And unfortunately, this particular accent that I'm affecting does mean that I say those two words pretty much the same.
Yes, you're going for the southern accent where you change up the letter just a little bit and pronounce the vowels very long.
That's entirely
Saya
correct.
says, kind of mocking but mimicking.
That is entirely correct. As he completely drops the southern accent and speaks in a more Russian one.
See, that I can't mimic. Saya says, and she just, as she she's on her fifth tequila sunrise.
So please pardon me if I say things wrong, but it's probably better for you to understand me in this accent than my home one.
What?
I don't think anyone's particularly keen to go back to Egypt without a good reason. And yes,
Unless the doorway here takes me there.
I'm sure there is a door that takes you there.
Was she saying she's not sure if there's a door that takes him there?
There is a doorway that takes you there if you want to go.
I don't wish to go specifically to those pyramids, but apparently there are people supposedly like me there, though I have yet to actually hear from them. Supposedly some of them were coming here, but apparently they got distracted.
Huh.
When I first arrived, I was told that people like me would come here to speak with me, and that never happened.
I mean,
I wonder what they
said, and maybe is later rather than sooner.
I have to wonder what they meant by people like you.
Taftani.
What?
Taftani.
She just blinks.
It is a group of, people like us. People like me, specifically. They fight the Asha. They fight the Druj.
She blinks again.
The lie. The lie that there is no magic.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the lie about the cake.
Okay.
The lie about the cake?
It's a video game.
Portal. I remember that one.
Saya stands up. And she's like, well, with that, I'll bid my adieu. She says as she, after she says that, she kind of, downs the rest of her cup. I look forward to speaking with y'all and acquainting myself up with y'all again. She says, kind of clumsily tripping over her words. She's clearly intoxicated.
Do you need a ride home?
I'm always good.
Okay.
You have a nice night.
She nods. She goes to the bar table, the whatchamacallit, pays the tab, and just leaves.
Alrighty.
Well, that was interesting.
Who was that I got introduced?
Saya. She is, she's like that one girl we met who has apparently some ability.
Oh, Elizabeth.
But not like us. Similar.
Yes.
I met her the other night during some sort of altercation. A man was shot in the head.
Oh, yeah. She said the guy died in a fire.
I'm sorry?
She said that the gunman was thrown in. There was crispy, so I'm guessing they threw him in the forge.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Sorry, what? Have I missed something? What?
So, yeah,
There you go.
we were at a tea shop, and she bends over to pick something off the floor. Sorry. And there was a man reciting. Oh, what poem was it?
He kept saying the word Casey.
Casey at Bat or something, I believe. I've read it when I was younger. Casey at the Bat. There it is. And he started reciting it, and he was speaking to the owner of the shop, who was replying with different lines from the poem. And anyway, he ended up vanishing.
Yes, and then there was a loud noise from outside. We opened the door, and there was a man on the ground with a hole in his head.
Yes. Who was apparently not dead.
Well, apparently he was dying. We drug him inside and patched him up.
So they managed to bring the person into the shop, the gunman in the shop, and the bike was possessed by a very worm-tainted and powerful spirit, and it tried to get in.
Worm-tainted?
Yeah, this was worm-tainted.
What is this worm?
Oh, well, the worm, the weaver, and the wild. And then, remember? No?
No.
Worm is bad, generally. It's wants to destroy and corrupt things.
All right.
Evil spirit. And
So it was dark and full of worm taint.
yes.
Hmm.
And that's all I remember seeing of it, and then before it ran off, and then I left. Not long after you did, but apparently they killed the gunman and threw his body into the forge.
Why did they throw the body in the forge?
I'm not sure. Sai didn't elaborate beyond that.
Sounds like a real sloppy way to get rid of a body.
I don't know. I don't know if he burned to ashes or what happened.
That forge was magical, so I don't know.
But apparently the person who witnessed everything, they let go, so...
I mean, I almost offered to take him with me, but that hasn't worked out well so far.
I mean... It might turn out for the better, you never know.
By the way, OC, I gotta get going soon.
Yeah, I gotta leave myself.
Which sucks because I'm
Let's
hosting
wrap
this
it.
call.
Let's wrap it in a nice pretty bow.
Okay.
Alright, well, I'm gonna scoop myself and think.
Yeah.
Well, I'll see you all around.
Yep.
We'll see if Eli actually manages to progress organising the his little expedition.
Expedition?
To rescue a Valkyrie from the technocracy.
I've been walking around town trying to gather info on that. I should have something for you next time we meet.
Well, something for him anyway. Yes.
Well, best of luck. I will see what else I can find out, and I will watch some of those movies, perhaps.
Good. But I'm gonna go now, so I'll see everyone later.
Yeah, Deeb will head out also.
And same for Adam.
Okay, I guess we'll leave it there then.
Alright, thank you players for playing, thank you watchers for watching. It's been another scene in Chaos in London. Yay.